Before you judge this crystal as just a white stone, pause, because selenite is not meant to be used the way other crystals are. It is meant to work on you silently, constantly, even when you are not aware of it. Most people buy selenite to cleanse crystals. Very few understand what it actually does to the human field, and even fewer are ready to hear the truth behind it. If you stay till the end of this script, your understanding of energy, consciousness, and spiritual hygiene will never be the same. What selenite really is. Selenite is not named after angels, myths, or modern spirituality. Its name comes from Selene, the ancient Greek goddess of the moon. This alone tells you something important. Selenite works on subtle layers, not dense matter. It does not push. It does not activate aggressively. It reveals. Chemically, selenite is a crystalline form of gypsum. Energetically, it behaves nothing like ordinary minerals. Unlike quartz or other stones, selenite does not store energy. It transmits consciousness. That is why it never needs cleansing, and that is why misuse of selenite creates discomfort instead of results. The biggest myth about selenite. Here is the raw truth most guides avoid saying. Selenite does not add energy to you. It removes noise. If your life improves after using selenite, it is not because it gave you something. It is because it removed what never belonged to you. False beliefs, energetic attachments, mental clutter, emotional residue. Selenite clears not just external energy but internal distortion. This is why some people feel calm instantly and others feel uneasy or emotional. Selenite shows you your real frequency. How selenite interacts with the human energy field. The human aura has layers: physical, emotional, mental, and causal. Most crystals interact with one or two layers. Selenite interacts directly with the causal and mental body. This means it affects thought patterns, subconscious loops, spiritual confusion, energetic boundaries. That is why people report sudden clarity, unexplainable emotional release, heightened intuition, loss of interest in drama. This is not coincidence, this is energetic realignment. Selenite and the crown chakra, the real connection. Everyone says, selenite activates the crown chakra. That statement is incomplete. Selenite does not activate the crown. It removes interference between you and higher awareness. Imagine a dusty window. The sun is already there. Selenite cleans the glass. That is why forced usage can cause head pressure, disorientation, sleep disturbances. Not because selenite is harmful, but because clarity can feel overwhelming to an unprepared mind. Why selenite is called a light bridge. Advanced practitioners call selenite a light bridge because it creates a direct energetic pathway between your awareness and higher dimensional consciousness. This is why selenite is used in meditation spaces, healing rooms, spiritual grids, sacred architecture. It does not ground you. It does not energize you. It aligns you. Alignment is powerful, and power without awareness feels uncomfortable. Selenite in the home. What really happens? When selenite is placed in a space, it does three things simultaneously. First, it dissolves stagnant emotional energy stored in walls and objects. Second, it disrupts low-frequency thought patterns repeatedly played in that space. Third, it strengthens energetic boundaries, making the space feel lighter yet protected. That is why some homes feel peaceful instantly and others feel unsettled for a few days. Selenite exposes what was hidden. Selenite vs other cleansing tools. Smoke cleanses the surface, sound resets vibration temporarily, salt absorbs negativity slowly. Selenite restructures the field itself. It does not clean energy. It reorganizes consciousness patterns. This is why healers keep selenite near tools, not because it cleans them but because it keeps their frequency coherent. When selenite should not be used. This is important, and rarely discussed. Avoid constant close contact with selenite. If you are emotionally unstable, you are suppressing trauma, you are avoiding inner truth. Because selenite does not comfort illusions. It dissolves them. Temporary emotional surfacing is not a side effect. It is the process. The true way to work with selenite. Selenite responds to intention, clarity, not desire. You do not command selenite, you allow it. Silence works better than affirmations. Presence works better than rituals. Hold it when your mind is still. Place it where honesty is needed. The more authentic you are, the gentler selenite feels. Why people feel drawn to selenite? You are not drawn to selenite randomly. People who resonate with selenite usually are sensitive to energy, are seekers of truth, are tired of confusion, are ready for clarity. Selenite does not come into your life for decoration. It arrives when clarity becomes unavoidable. Selenite is not a beginner crystal. It is a truth crystal. It will not fix your life. It will show you what needs fixing. And that, for many, is the most powerful transformation of all. Deeper layers of selenite most people never talk about. Now we go deeper because what you've heard so far is still the surface of selenite. Selenite does not work on belief. It works on perception. And perception is where reality actually begins. When perception shifts, decisions change, reactions change, life direction changes. This is why selenite is subtle yet life-altering. Selenite and the subconscious mind. Here is raw truth. Most emotional pain does not come from events. It comes from stored interpretation of events. Selenite interacts directly with this layer. Not by forcing release but by making stored patterns visible. This is why people suddenly remember old conversations, forgotten dreams, childhood moments. Selenite opens the subconscious door gently, but once open, what steps out is real. This is not imagination, this is memory resurfacing for integration. Why selenite enhances intuition so fast? Intuition is not a gift. It is a clear signal. Most people already receive intuitive signals, but mental noise distorts them. Selenite does not increase intuition. It reduces interference. That is why after regular exposure, people report clear inner knowing, faster decision-making, less overthinking, strong gut feelings. The signal was always there. Selenite removes static. Selenite and dream states. Selenite affects the dream body deeply. Placed near the bed, it can increase dream recall, trigger symbolic dreams, reveal subconscious conflicts. But here is what matters. Selenite does not create dreams. It allows the mind to process honestly. This is why some dreams feel intense, vivid, or emotional. The subconscious is reorganizing itself. Avoid using selenite during sleep if you fear dreams. Avoid self-reflection, resist emotional processing. Selenite works best with acceptance. Selenite in healing and energy work. Experienced healers respect selenite, they do not overuse it. Why? Because selenite does not absorb pain. It exposes energetic imbalances. In healing sessions, selenite clears practitioner interference, maintains energetic neutrality, prevents emotional entanglement. This is why healers feel protected around it. Not shielded but unaffected. Neutrality is the highest protection. Selenite and spiritual awakening, the uncomfortable truth. Many people link selenite to awakening, few explain what awakening actually feels like. Awakening is not bliss first. It is clarity first. Clarity can feel like loneliness, detachment, loss of interest in noise. Selenite accelerates this phase. Not to isolate you but to reconnect you with authenticity. If selenite makes you feel different, it's because alignment feels unfamiliar before it feels peaceful. How selenite affects relationships. This is rarely mentioned. Selenite does not break relationships. It reveals energetic imbalance within them. After prolonged exposure, people notice less tolerance for manipulation, clear emotional boundaries, reduced people-pleasing. This can create distance. Not because love disappears but because illusion dissolves. Truth changes dynamics. Selenite and manifestation, what actually happens? Here's the honest truth. Selenite does not attract desires. It aligns intention with reality. If manifestation feels slower after using selenite, it's because false desires are falling away. Selenite aligns you with what matches your frequency, not what feeds your ego. Manifestation becomes quieter, more precise, more inevitable. Physical sensations people feel with selenite. Some common sensations include tingling in head or hands, light pressure on forehead, emotional warmth, sudden calm. These are not powers. They are signs of nervous system relaxation. When the mind stops resisting clarity, the body follows. Why selenite should be kept simple. Selenite does not need charging rituals. It does not need programming. Complex rituals add noise. Selenite works best in stillness.in silence.in honesty. Overhandling weakens its effect not because selenite loses power but because awareness scatters. The most important thing to remember. Selenite is not here to impress you. It is here to align you. It does not promise miracles. It offers truth. And truth is not loud. It is steady, clear, unavoidable. What selenite begins cannot be undone. The final truth about selenite, what it ultimately teaches you. If you have reached this part, understand something clearly. Selenite is not teaching you about crystals anymore. It is teaching you about yourself. Because at the deepest level, selenite is not a tool. It is a mirror. And mirrors are honest. Why selenite does not feel strong to everyone. Power is often misunderstood as sensation, heat, pulsation, pressure, rush. Selenite does not work that way. Its power is quiet, its effect is cumulative, its influence is irreversible. People who seek excitement often dismiss selenite, people who seek truth recognize it immediately. Because real transformation is not dramatic. It is decisive. Selenite and identity dissolution. Here is something few are ready to hear. Most suffering comes from identity attachment, who you think you are, who you think you should be, who you were taught to become. Selenite weakens false identity layers. Not by destroying them but by making them feel unnecessary. This is why people experience reduced need for validation, detachment from labels, less fear of being misunderstood. You are not losing yourself, you are meeting yourself. Why selenite changes your priorities. After sustained exposure to selenite, priorities shift. Not because ambition dies but because clarity refines it. People notice less urgency, more direction, fewer goals, stronger focus, less noise, more meaning. Selenite does not make you passive. It makes you precise. Selenite and the fear response. Fear thrives in confusion. Selenite reduces fear not by calming emotions but by removing internal contradiction. When your thoughts, emotions, and intuition align, fear loses leverage. This is why people report calm during chaos, emotional stability, strong inner authority. Not control, authority. Why selenite is often abandoned and returned to. Many people stop using selenite after a while. They say it feels boring now. It doesn't do anything anymore. This is not failure. It means the first layer of clarity is complete. And then, months or years later, they return. Because truth matures with you. Selenite waits. It does not chase. Selenite and spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity is not about visions, symbols, or powers. It is about integration. Selenite supports integration. Meaning, what you know, what you feel, what you live, begin to match. When alignment happens, spiritual confusion ends. The real reason selenite never needs cleansing. This is not symbolic, this is structural. Selenite does not hold emotional charge. It does not absorb distortion. It exists in a state of continuous coherence. That is why it can be present in heavy environments without being affected. This is not magic, this is stability. And stability is rare. What selenite demands from you? Selenite demands nothing material. No offerings. No rituals. No obedience. It demands honesty. If you lie to yourself, it becomes uncomfortable. If you resist truth, it becomes heavy. If you are authentic, it becomes gentle. Selenite does not judge. It reflects. The final warning most guides never give. Do not use selenite to escape reality. Use it to meet reality clearly. If you try to bypass emotions, it will surface them. If you avoid responsibility, it will sharpen awareness. Selenite supports growth, not avoidance. The ultimate gift of selenite. Selenite gives you something priceless. Not protection, not manifestation, not power. It gives you clarity without distortion. And once clarity arrives, life stops feeling confusing. Decisions become simple, boundaries become natural, peace becomes stable. If this knowledge shifted even one belief inside you, understand this was not information. It was activation through understanding. Very few people are ready for clarity, even fewer choose it consciously. If this series made you see selenite differently, then your awareness is already evolving. And awareness, once expanded, never contracts again. This is not the end of selenite's work, this is where it truly begins.